Hello everyone. Welcome to IAS. Let's discuss today's prelims topics. Question is: the European Parliament had recently approved the world's first set of comprehensive rules to bring largely unregulated cryptocurrency markets under the ambit of regulation called the Markets in Crypto Assets (MiCA) by government authorities. Consider the following statements about this. 1. This regulation will not only harmonizes the crypto industry but also gives the EU a competitive edge in its growth compared to the US or the UK, which lack regulatory clarity. 2. MiCA will impose compliance on the issuers of crypto assets, who are defined as the legal person who offers to the public any type of crypto assets. 3. The MiCA legislation will apply to crypto assets. Which of the following given above are correct? A. 1 and 2 only. B. 3 only. C. 1, 2 and 3. D. 2 and 3 only. Answer is C. The MiCA legislation will apply to crypto assets, which are broadly defined in the text as a digital representation of a value or a right that uses cryptography for security and is in the form of a coin or a token or any other digital medium which may be transferred and stored electronically using distributed ledger technology or similar technology. This definition implies that it will apply not only to traditional cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin and Ethereum but also to newer ones like stablecoins. Stablecoins are digital tokens that aim to stay pegged in value with a more stable asset, a fiat currency like the US dollar or other stable cryptocurrencies. MiCA will establish new rules for 3 types of stablecoins: asset-referenced tokens, which are linked to multiple currencies, commodities, or cryptocurrencies; e-money tokens, which are linked to a single currency; and utility tokens, which are intended to provide access to a good or service that will be supplied by the issuer of that token. Question is: with reference to governor's power over state bills, consider the following statements. 1. Article 200 of the Constitution says that the governor can withhold a cent. 2. Article 200 clearly mandates that governors should as soon as possible return bills other than money bills for reconsideration by the House, with a note that the proposed law should be reconsidered. 3. In Article 200 there is fixed time limit specified for sending the bill back to state legislative or the president either. Which of the following given above are correct? A. 1 and 2 only. B. 1 and 3 only. C. 1, 2 and 3. D. 2 only. Answer is A. In Article 200 there is no time limit specified for sending the bill back to state legislative or the president either. Question is: Keswananda Bharati v. State of Kerala and Andhra, also known as the Keswananda Bharati judgment, was a truly landmark decision of the Supreme Court of India that outlined the basic structure doctrine of the Indian Constitution. Consider the following statements about this case. 1. The case was heard by a full court of 11 judges, the largest bench ever. To the basic structure doctrine, my answer is that there are certain fundamental features of the Constitution that cannot be amended by Parliament, such as the supremacy of the Constitution, the rule of law, the separation of powers, and the independence of the judiciary. 3. It prevented the Indian Parliament from amending Part 3 of the Constitution, which deals with fundamental rights, and it established the supremacy of the judiciary in constitutional matters. Which of the following given above are correct? A. 1 and 2 only. B. 1 only. C. 1, 2 and 3. D. 2 and 3 only. Answer is D. The case was heard by a full court of 13 judges, the largest bench ever. The Keswananda Bharati judgment held that provisions of the Indian Constitution can be amended by Parliament in order to fulfill its socio-economic obligations. However, more importantly, The judgment also held that the basic structure of the Constitution cannot be altered by Parliament no matter what. Question is: consider the following statements about nutrient-based subsidy, NBS. 1. Under NBS, the government fixed a product-specific subsidy, which was as against the earlier per kg subsidy for each fertilizer nutrient regime. 2. Linking subsidy to nutrient content was intended to promote balanced fertilization by discouraging farmers from applying too much urea, diammonium phosphate, DAP, and muriate of potash, MOP. 3. NBS was expected to induce product innovation, besides more use of complex fertilizers, having lower concentrations of N, P, K and S in different proportions, and SSP, containing only 16% P but also 11% S. Which of the following given above is are correct? A. 1 and 2 only. B. 3 only. C. 1, 2 and 3. D. 2 and 3 only. Answer is D. Under NBS, the government fixed a per kg subsidy for each fertilizer nutrient, nitrogen, N, phosphorus, P, potash, K, and sulfur, S, which was as against the earlier product-specific subsidy regime. Linking subsidy to nutrient content was intended to promote balanced fertilization by discouraging farmers from applying too much urea, diammonium phosphate, DAP, and muriate of potash, MOP. These are fertilizers with high content of a single nutrient, urea, 46% N, DAP, 46% P plus 18% N, and MOP, 60% K. Question is: consider the following statements about World Malaria Day. 1. World Malaria Day is observed every year on 25th April to recognize global efforts to control malaria. 2. It is the male Anopheles mosquitoes that spread the Plasmodium parasite through their saliva, which causes malaria. 3. World Malaria Day 2023 will be marked under the theme Time to Deliver Zero Malaria, Invest, Innovate, Implement. Which of the following given above is are correct? A. 1 and 2 only. B. 1 and 3 only. C. 1, 2 and 3. D. 2 only. Answer is B. It is the female Anopheles mosquitoes that spread the Plasmodium parasite through their saliva, which causes malaria. India's aim is to be malaria-free by 2027 and to eliminate the disease by 2030. The country has made stupendous progress in thwarting malaria by reducing the disease by 66% between 2018 and 2022. In 2021, India accounted for 79% of all malaria cases in Southeast Asia, according to the World Malaria Report 2022 that is released by WHO. India also accounted for 83% of all malaria deaths in the region. Compared to 2019, India was the only high-burden, high-impact country in the Southeast Asia region to report a decline in malaria cases in 2020. Question is: consider the following statements about multiple sclerosis, MS. 1. Multiple sclerosis, MS, is a potentially disabling disease of the brain and spinal cord, central nervous system. 2. In MS, the immune system attacks the protective sheath, myelin, that covers nerve fibers and causes communication problems between your brain and the rest of your body. 3. A vaccine to prevent this is available. Which of the following given above is are correct? A. 1 and 2 only. B. 1 and 3 only. C. 1, 2 and 3. D. 2 only. Answer is A. There is no cure for multiple sclerosis. However, there are treatments to help speed the recovery from attacks, modify the course of the disease and manage symptoms. Question is: Prime Minister had recently flagged off India's first water metro that connects 10 islands around which Indian city? through battery-operated electric hybrid boats for seamless connectivity with the city? A. Vishakhapatnam. B. Chennai. C. Panaji. D. Kochi. Answer is D. Question is with reference to myelin basic protein, MBP, consider the following statements. 1. It is a protein believed to be important in the process of myelination of nerves in the nervous system. 2. MBP maintains the correct structure of myelin, interacting with the lipids in the myelin membrane. 3. Myelin basic protein has been classified as an intrinsically disordered protein that has no stable secondary structure in solution. Which of the following given above is are correct? A. 1 only. B. 1 and 3 only. C. 1, 2 and 3. D. 2 and 3 only. Answer is C. Myelin basic protein, MBP, a major protein component of myelin sheath, which is a protective membrane that wraps around the axon of nerve cells and acts as a model protein in studying diseases like multiple sclerosis, MS. MBP helps in compactification of the myelin sheath, and the fabricated tailored monolayers can give an in-depth understanding of the role of MBP in forming multilamellar myelin sheath structure as well as preserving the integrity, stability, and compactness of the sheath. Thank you, everyone. Do subscribe to this channel. Use code SPLIVE to join Unacademy.